Yes, they played their parts. They brought us to where we are. They were superheroes when we needed them. They still are. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about our parents. Yes, our heroes. Oh my God. Do you know what it feels like to bring a life to this world? Do you know what it feels like to bring another living being to this world and watch them grow? You bring them to life. You watch them grow. You feed them. You clothe them. You train them. You try your best to make sure that they become responsible human beings. Do you know what it feels like? That's what we want to see today. Your parents. Why do we keep apportioning blames on our parents? Why? Many people do. When we were kids, we used to see our parents as superheroes, as if they knew it all, as if everything was just fine. There was a day I asked my mom, can I ever become a mom? She asked me, what came into my mind? Why did I ask that question? And I told her, because I feel I can't know everything you know. And I felt that I needed to know everything she knows before I can be a mom. Because I felt she doesn't make mistakes. She just knows the right thing to do at the right time. God, it's not easy to be a mom. It's not easy to be a father. We keep blaming them. We feel that they have not done enough for us. We feel that they didn't give us the right training. Or even if sometimes we might not feel that way, at some point we just keep having that feeling that, okay, they should have done this way, they should have done that way. Oh my God. Who have you seen that has not made a wrong move in 18 years? Who is that person? Yes, we're keeping it real at Infinite Learning with Dovnita. We're keeping it real, like everything is so real. No sugar coating. That's why we're here. Relationships in general, not just with your spouse, but with your family, your parents, your friends. Okay, let's iron some issues out. Guys, sometimes at that point while we were growing up, we used to think our parents know it all. They don't make mistakes. We felt they had every answer to any question or any problem we had. At some point, I used to feel that, oh no, my parents are just the best, like no other parents can measure up to mine. When we start growing up, we now realize that, okay, we start seeing our parents in a different light, especially when we get to teenage age. When we become teenagers, we now start comparing our parents to others. We'll be like, why can't my mom look like Jenny's mom? Or why can't my dad start acting like Ray's dad? Why? And you now realize that, okay, so there has been a loophole at some point. You see, as a matter of fact, children or teenagers have that tendency of comparing their parents to other parents. And now you start realizing that, okay, my parents have flaws. And that is when you realize that teenage rebellion starts setting in because teenagers start seeing some flaws that their parents have. According to them, in their own kind of thinking, they feel they've become better than their parents. We, at that point when we were children, when we felt our parents didn't used to make mistakes, we did not understand that there were times that they just were so clueless about what to do. They didn't even have an idea on what to do in some situations. But the way they handled it, they now looked as if they had all the answers at their fingertips. And at that point, we feel like no one can be like my mom, no one can be like my dad. So what are we driving at? What we're driving at is that you should not blame your parents. They are humans. Sometimes in parenting, you don't just have all the answers. Sometimes all they do is trial and error. Yes, if you try this, it doesn't work, you try something else. It's as simple as that. That's what they did, and somehow, miraculously, you became who you are today. I became who I am today. Parenting is not solely in the hand of parents. You are a product of not just what your parents, not just the values that your parents inculcated into your life, but the environment also had an influence on you. Your background had an influence on you. So you don't blame your parents saying that it's their fault that you turned out the way you did, or things turned out the way they did. I bet you, if you want to try it, go and study like 500 books on parenting. You'll realize that there's a point you get to and you just don't know what to do. Always look back and appreciate your parents for what they did. Look back and appreciate them, because if you are a single person, you might not understand what I'm saying, but someone that has children will always appreciate their parents. They'll always appreciate their parents because they have seen what their parents went through when training them, when bringing them up. It's not a bed of roses. So please, guys, stop the blame game. Stop blaming your parents. Appreciate them for how far they brought you. Don't worry, you'll get there. Okay, imagine a mom that has 6 children, a single mom with 6 children. Tell me how possible it is for her to get everything right. Sometimes the bills just get too much. She can't pay the bills. Sometimes there's not enough food in the house. And do you think she'll have the time to be proper in every way? No, she can't. It's not easy, guys. As a man, at some point they go out. As a man, at some point the men go out looking for money so that they can bring food home, and yet nothing is working. They try this and that and nothing is working, and then they come back home. The child tries to welcome them, and the next thing they give off a bad vibe. What do you expect? For him to be a good father all the time? I tell you, they tried their best. Despite everything they go through, they still try their best to give you what you need. It wasn't every time that they were able to give you what you want, but they made sure that you got your needs, at least in their own capacity. They tried their best. They tried their best to give you what you need, to make you grow, to make you develop into a human, a responsible human. Although sometimes we might derail, but I want to tell you that your parents did a great job in bringing you up. They went a long way to bring you up. Please and please appreciate them. Appreciate them. It's not a day's job. In as much as we understand that they are also humans, so you should expect that there were times that they must have made mistakes. Yes, some of us at some point we hold grudges against our parents, saying that okay, they went wrong at some point, or maybe they misled you, or they were not there for you at some point. Imagine a man that has 30 kids. Oh, you'll be like, I never asked to be born. Yes, you never asked to be born, but you're an adult now. You need to forgive them. Forgive and move on. Unforgiveness lowers your vibration. You need to let go. Forgive your parents, love them, and appreciate them. It's worth it. It's worth it, guys.
You're a picture in a frame. I make believe you're next to me.